Yo, trucker from Manila, what's up? What's up? Um, just wanna hop on here and pretty much talk about getting into trucking and some of the things I did while looking for maybe different companies to get into. Um, Basically, I started with the location I was at. You know, you got major highways near where you live, or having a major highway, maybe just a highway where you see a lot of trucks. You see a lot of trucks up and down the road near the streets you frequent. You see a lot of trucks making deliveries. It's anywhere you see a commercial vehicle, I always look around and I take note, either write it down, make a mental note, put in my phone about the company name. And when I have time, I'll go back and look up that company name, what kind of trucking they do, you know what I mean? Those of you looking to get your CDL, you can, when you go on road trips and stuff like that, just make mental notes or write down some of the trucks you see and see if they offer some CDL training or something like that. Those are the preliminary things I did before I got into the game and figured out where I wanted to go. So, I mean, first of all, everybody go on the internet, look up paid CDL training or CDL training, whatever, and you're going to see your major mega carriers pop up. Then you narrow it down to your location, what's closer, and then you go from there. But another way is look at even non-mega carriers. Just, don't want to come off brand, just like smaller carriers that you might see in your neighborhood that's delivering or passing through. And you can do that for a day or a couple days. You're gonna get a list of a whole bunch of trucking companies and whatnot. You know what I mean? Even while training, you in a passenger seat with a trainer, you can jot down some names and some trucking companies you might see and go back and look them up. You know what I mean? You never know what you're gonna come across. I did that when I first started. Around like the first 3 months I started, they gave us a little pamphlet that we have here. I jot some notes down, like stuff for my shipper or receiver. I might jot some notes down just to have it on hand. You know, phones don't always work all the time. You might not get no service. So I put some notes in there sometimes, but sometimes I'm at a truck stop getting fuel or something. I jot some names down, you know what I mean? I jot some companies down that I see at truck stops. Taking the 10, fueling up, taking the 34. You just never know, man. So I just have a whole list of named trucking companies and stuff. Now I try to separate them by the tanker companies. I put a T by them, stuff like that. Get organized. So when you look up these companies, you'll know at least what areas they be in, and then you get your information like that. So that's one way to break into the industry, see what's out there. You see these trucks every day. You know what I mean? You see these companies every day in your neighborhood or whatever. But until you actually start looking them up, you'll pay more attention to what's coming through or who's coming through in the area. So, just a tip for y'all, man. If y'all looking to get into the game, like I said, it's always about location, man. If you're in that location where it's heavy freight around, heavy commercial vehicles around, you're gonna have options. You know what I'm saying? If you're like in the rural parts, you don't have that many options. You might have to go fly somewhere or go somewhere to get started, but you can always get started, man. Just keep your eyes open to keep your options open. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, check off from another, man. I'm out.